The TIE Defender was officially rolled out in 4ABY by Sinar Fleet Systems. Unofficially, it was the brainchild of Wraith Sinar, materializing from the ether after he locked himself inside his office for a week-long elitist bender. The resulting product had everything: speed, firepower, shields, and a frankly hilarious price tag. In Squadrons, the Defender is the ultimate flex ship, able to murder players and chew through capital ships in equal measure. Your goal while flying the Defender is to deliver tofu to your customers. By tofu, I mean your lasers. And by customers, I mean the enemy capital ships and pilots. If you want to succeed in Squadrons, you are going to need to deliver a lot of tofu. So how do you do it? The most common Defender loadout is ion missile, anti-starfighter missile, standard lasers, dampener hull, ray shields, and microthrust engine. Of these, only the ion missile is set in stone. So long as you run either dampener hull or skill, I mean scrambler, shields, you will be a comically frustrating target for enemy ion missile dunks, which is the main way you will die in this ship. You paid for the speedometer, and by sheave, you're going to use the whole speedometer flying the Defender. The Defender is fast. Ridiculously fast. At least, when boosting. Its boost tank is fairly small, but it fills quickly. Unfortunately, it drains faster than my wallet at the liquor store, so you cannot boost for very long. However, all hope is not lost. When you boost and drift, there's a brief delay where your boost bar cannot fill or decay. If you rapidly boost drift, wait for a bit, and then boost drift again before the bar starts draining, you can use every ounce of boost energy you've generated, without losing any to energy decay. This is true even if you pull all your power out of engines. By efficiently using your boost in this way, you can drift around the map while fully charging your shields and weapons. If you notice your boost tank getting low, simply drift again and fill it back up. Repeating this process can keep all your systems topped up while you blast around the map at incredible speeds. In the opening, your goal is to claim the first offense. You must balance keeping an eye on the morale bar, turning enemy farmers into fertilizer, and shredding the enemy corvette. So how do you know what to do and when? There actually is not a simple answer. Usually, you want to take easy kills, and when you're out of those, go for the raider, but innumerable factors can change your decisions. Is the phase about to flip? Then you should move to the enemy frigates or back to defend. Do you need 1 or 2 AI to get the offense? Shoot those instead of players. Did you have a balanced breakfast? How are your cholesterol levels? All these questions can influence your decisions, and as you gain more experience, you will gain better game sense to answer them. Whenever you go on offense, your goal is to shoot the big ships and not die. That's all there is to it. By using the boost technique earlier to keep your systems fully powered while orbiting the enemy frigates, you can safely shred through capital ship HP. Things get spicy when you get to the MC-75. However, you should make repeated, quick passes on the shield generators to avoid an untimely demise. Unlike the average bomber on your team, with double-digit deaths per game, you are required to have at least 2 brain cells. You also have way less HP than they do when dunked. This means that you should know better than to park on the generators and unload like a scrub. Good players will slap you with an ion missile for your efforts, and you will vaporize faster than my will to rewrite this joke for the 3rd time. There is an alternative to directly attacking the generators as well. If you have a support, have them mark the MC-75, and then drop an ion missile into one generator, while another teammate destroys or similarly irons the other. This method is an incredibly fast way to drop the shields, which can open up the entire ship and its systems to heavy damage. No matter what tactics you choose, remember that it is always better to run away like a coward than to die and give up points to the enemy team. Minimizing your deaths will minimize enemy morale gain, and more importantly, inflate your kill to death ratio.
Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam.
Your primary objective on defense is to dunk on as many players as possible. But what is a dunk? An iron dunk is a close-range iron missile shot that is extremely difficult to avoid. By closing in on an opponent, getting a lock, and boosting as you fire, you impart enormous speed to your iron missile shot. If performed correctly, you will have about 2 seconds of free fire against a helpless, iron-stunned opponent. Dunking evasive players and then capitalizing on those dunks is the key to successful player kills. Against anyone stupid enough to fly straight in a space dog fighting game, you can usually take them out with your lasers. This helps reserve your iron missiles for priority targets, like interrupting bombing runs or cutting off support ships. If you are out of enemy players to kill, or the morale bar is close to flipping, focusing fire on the raider can quickly put you back on offense. It is often important to stop chasing an enemy, and instead snag a stray AI or burn through the raider. Keep the pressure on, and ideally you will make it back onto offense very quickly. The Defender is an incredibly mobile, highly powerful starfighter, and one of the best tofu delivery platforms in the game. With practice and a good helping of game sense, you can drift your way across the finish line in style. Thanks for watching, Rebel Scum. If you want to see more like this, but for a different game, check out the video on the left. If you're a fan of anime chess, check out the one on the right. And as always, stay away from the subscribe button in the middle. Peace out.